At the mention of the Gini coefficient, we need to have a closer look at what influences this index. In other words, what causes the Lorenz curve to shift. Firstly, every economy would love to be as close to zero as possible and far from an index of 1. South Africa's index is just over 0.6, which is considered one of the highest in the world. Let's briefly have a look at what's causing this and how it can be addressed. One of the most crucial factors that our inequality can be placed on is the rising levels of unemployment. If we look at our Circular 71 ratio norms, which are set by Treasury, municipalities have an obligation to contract at least 5% of their services. In instances where municipalities exceed this 5%, a question can be raised as to why is there no sustainable employment being created? In other words, longer-term employment, instead of outsourcing most of their services. Well, even if not most, but being above 5% is still considered quite a lot. In as much as the tax system is progressive, there are inefficiencies that prevail. For one, tax evasion is made, I don't want to say simple, but possible by our accounting softwares. One way of addressing this is accounting softwares having tighter tax controls, because at the moment, business owners are able to claim personal expenses as business expenses, and accounting softwares do not have a system of picking this up. These attempts of alleviating poverty are undermined by corrupt activities. If you have a look at Kettle Consulting's Municipal Index, we do have a governance rating, which, if a municipality has a high amount or an excessive amount of irregular and unauthorized expenditures, the ratio goes down. How are irregular and unauthorized expenditures avoided? 1, legislation should be made clear, should speak to the government's objectives, and should be enforced throughout municipalities. Also, supply chain processes need to be reviewed and set in a way that tenders and the pricing schedules thereof are not fluctuated unnecessarily. Both the private and public sectors have a role to play in alleviating poverty, decreasing inequality, that is. One indirect way being offering educational scholarships to the less fortunate, and a more direct way being offering shares to the public at discounted prices, which in essence helps them build their wealth. The bottom line remains, we all have a role to play.